Hey there, everyone. We're here in Teruel, and we have the great honor of speaking with Ernesto Pastor, who is the creator of the Montana Vacias route project. We've been hearing so much about this project throughout our travels since many years ago, and it's a great pleasure to finally get a chance to chat with you.
Oh, thank you very much. It's my pleasure, really, to have you here, really. Yeah.
So, in preparation for this interview, I watched many interviews with you,
Mhm.
and I thought it was interesting that you didn't call it a route, but you called it a project. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, for me, even could call it experiment because it was like a vital project for me because I wanted to show that something that was humble, small, and with no purpose economically could have a really positive impact in the area. And I know I have read a lot of articles, even some of you, some years ago, that bikes and bikepacking could have a really nice impact in the areas. And some of those texts and books that I read about it really moved me
Hmm.
to try it at least. So it wasn't a route because yeah, obviously it was a route, but it was much more. I wanted to create some movement because we live in one of the most depopulated areas in Europe with Lapland and the Highlands in Scotland. So I needed to show myself first in the first moment that this could be possible because I was seeing that it was possible in the States, in some parts of Europe, in other parts of the world. So I thought, why not? Why not? If people are going, are taking planes to go to other corner of the world, why couldn't they come here to travel? And this area can show all that bike travelers and bikepackers can find when they are traveling. So definitely, this place have all those places that I was looking for when I was traveling around the world. So that's why for me it's more like a project. Yeah.
Yeah. For us, we've seen like just the very little bit of it, and it reminds us so much of parts of Eastern Oregon, of Montana, similar trees, the climbs, the rivers and everything. So it's an amazing spot.
Yeah, and there have been some travelers from Oregon and Montana, and they say the same.
Same
That
thing.
it seems like familiar for us, and
Yeah.
the geology is similar, and the landscapes, so the vegetation,
Hmm.
plants, and animals. So yeah, it's crazy to have these similarities in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how the route is, or the project is 6 years old or 5
Yeah,
years?
yeah. It was created in December of 2018. So yeah, it's 7 years already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's it like to have created something, put something out there on the internet and see people start to come?
Yeah, the beginning wasn't so easy because yeah, I was just created it and put the information in a web, send it to bikepacking.com, and nothing happened
Yeah.
from months and months and months. But finally, one of the editors of bikepacking.com, I don't know why he was riding around the area and discovered the route because he heard something in one village. So I don't know why, I don't know how he arrived to my web.
Yeah.
He wrote me and I met him. I was so happy because I have read all his articles and I was so happy to have him here. And he told me, oh, this route has to be in bikepacking.com for
Mhm.
sure because it's amazing. He was the first rider that
Nice.
did the route. So when he told me, oh, I sent it like 6 or 7 months ago, the
Yeah.
route to the editors. Oh, no, don't tell me.
Yep.
Oh, tonight I will call.
Nice. And then bam.
And boom, and I didn't have to do anything more. It
Yeah.
was published the following week, and people started to come. It was a big explosion in the United States and in another part of Europe, and even in 2019 was chosen like the route of the year for bikepacking.com also. So I have this award, and it was like another big explosion in the following year,
Huh?
and that's it. People started to talk about it, and a lot of magazines, a lot of people writing, a lot of videos, articles, photos in Instagram,
Mhm.
and it was done. The effect in villages started to arrive, and what I like is that people in villages told me that it was really magic, that it was like a small raindrop the whole year. It was not
Hmm.
concentrated in one season,
Right.
and it was during the whole year and in the whole week. So it
Yeah.
was, yeah, it was the experiment. It was like showing that it was really possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a sense of how many people ride it a year, or how much the growth has been?
The point is that I don't need that metric.
Mm.
I don't need the number. I prefer to center my mind and my criteria in the opinion of of the villages, of the people who live in the villages, the people who work in the villages, in the restaurants, in the accommodations, because it's more useful for me. It's like the most useful thermometer of the state of the route, because
Mhm.
I don't know if 1,000 or 2,000 or 500 is too much or not. It
Right.
depends of the opinion of these people. So I prefer to ask, to talk, to have a lot of feedback from people living and working in villages. Anyway, I think it's impossible to know how many people is coming, because
Mhm.
not everybody download from my web or from the platform.
Not everyone
So
emails you.
no, how hopefully not everybody is writing me. But yeah, people say that almost every day from February, March until November is starting the route. So it could be around thousand and something. It could
Yeah.
be something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a smart way to measure the impact, not so much the metric of the number of cyclists, but like its actual effect on the ground. Because there could be like a bike event that brings 1,000 people, but if no one stops,
Nothing.
they only stay in one place and they don't spread, the economic
Yeah.
development,
Yeah.
then,
Yeah,
was it a success?
totally agree. And that's why it was also one of my motivations, because I come from that side of the sport. I was like competing some years ago, and I have raced it around this area a lot of times, and I was discovering that I have been in a lot of these places, but I never spent a single euro
Yeah.
in those places, because I was driving from here, racing, spending some money in the organizer of the event, but not a single euro in the villages. And I see that there is a lot of effort, a lot of support of governments to create this kind of races and events, but they don't know that they are not leaving any single money
Right.
in the villages. So it's also to change some minds up there, to try to instill or trying to inspire some building, some building values in other in administrations, in governments, so they can invest money in the right way if they want to create some impact in villages, because they really need this impact.
Yeah. Do you have any stories or anecdotes from like a small from the villages that you can share?
From other builders. uh,
Yeah, from like a restaurant
Oh
place or.
yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of them, because we have been crazy this year. But for example, there is one place that the bar has been closed for 25 years, until 2 years ago, and one old woman from this village got to write me by email. She wasn't the owner of the bar, but she was telling me that she was so excited and so crying,
Mhm.
because it was like a new life for the village, because all people, it was the bar is like the social hub in the
Right.
village. So uh, uh, he just tell me thank you, because the bar is open in part because of you, because
Right.
this family saw that almost every day there are riders here, that they ask to the other people in the village where they can buy some food or spend the night, and they created this because of that. Or for example, other villages that it was just a small bar in the middle of the town, but everybody was asking where they can spend the night,
Mhm.
but there was no other possibility. So the next year, the owner of the bar repaired the second floor of the bar and create some accommodation for cyclists, and they have a lot of riders every month. So yeah, for example, Syria. You have been in Syria, and
Mm.
they came from the city. They left
Hmm.
on this previous life to create a crazy new life here.
Hmm.
Sometimes I feel like a bit scared about all these things because I feel a bit of responsibility of that because I have to
Yeah.
keep on taking care of this creature, this little monster. But yeah, it's a privilege and it's the result of the experiment.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to show it and that's so you have to do it. But yeah, I have to be proud of it, not scared. I'm learning,
Yeah.
kind of learning.
Yeah. That's cool. Like that's what we've heard similar stories, like where we've seen rural bike tourism, where sometimes the success isn't, all of a sudden like people are rich. It's just that they can stay open a little bit longer, and that helps the locals as well. So it's not just for the tourists, but
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
sure.
bar, the restaurant can hire another employee, or they're open longer in the week, or
Yeah,
it's,
or other services because, for example, there are some bars that from the start of the route, they started to bring some a small shop
okay.
inside the bar,
Oh,
so you can buy some pasta, some rice, some cans, some
right.
state ready food. So it's great. Yeah, people is using it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a new opportunity. Yeah.
Has it changed how people view cyclists in the area instead of like, oh, who are these weirdos to?
Yeah, especially in some hotels because
Okay.
first year there was some hotels that they say no to cyclists
Oh,
because we spent just one night, and they usually said no for one night. I don't want to warm up the hotel, or I don't want to come from Valencia, Zaragoza, Madrid because they don't live in the area. They just come on weekends,
right.
and that year they say no to every kind of cyclist. But then seeing the effect of the route and talking with other villages, they started to be interested, and even some of these hotels now are writing me to ask for what we need when we are traveling. So they have tools, they have some spares, even some food. They put bigger plates of food
Nice.
because we are so hungry when we arrive.
Okay.
So yeah, it's amazing because it's like creating some cycling culture in the area, in the hostels, in the hotels,
Mhm.
and they are seeing that they have to take care of us because we are going the whole year during the week, not just in the weekend. And even some of them tell me that we are the best clients now because we arrive late, hungry, we sleep a lot, and in the morning we leave so early, and everything is okay. We are not like trying to find any
Yeah.
discussion, or we are easy. We are
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. They're not drinking all night and
No,
starting fights.
we are easy clients.
Yeah. The shape of the route is kind of interesting because it's not just a big loop. There's like different cutoff points. Like, why did you structure it like that?
I was I knew that when I was traveling, not always have 15 days for
Okay.
traveling or a week, so I couldn't. I wanted to fit the route so people could ride from one weekend,
Mm,
3 days, 4 days, until maybe 1 month if you do the XL version until the north of Spain.
yeah.
So yeah, I just put it because it was what I was looking for when I was traveling. That's
Mhm.
why. And also I tried to expand with other new loops because I wanted that other villages could enjoy the effects of this big experiment. So
Mhm.
instead of trying to bring more people to the original loop, I tried to create smaller loops to bring more people to other areas in this territory. Also because I was seeing that a lot of people was coming like 3, 4, 5 years in a row. So
Right, right.
they wanted to have more and more routes
Yeah.
in the area because they trust. It was like trademark.
Yeah.
If Montañas Vacias is
It's gotta be good.
developing a good route and they have done the rest of the loops, they have to come. So and that's crazy because, for example, last year I created a new loop, and 2 days after publishing it, there was riders right
Oh,
on the
wow.
road,
That's
and
amazing.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so smart to give people the option to do, like, bite-sized sections, because, like you said, not everyone has the time or maybe the fitness to do the entire thing, and also constantly creating new things for people to return to.
Mm.
So you started the website, and, I think one of the things that was really evocative was your use of, like, illustration. It wasn't just photography, like, why do that in the beginning?
Yeah, you're part of it. Yeah, definitely, you're part of it because when I started with this, I thought that I couldn't show any emotion, or I couldn't put all the emotions that I wanted to show in the project, because I wasn't in photography, I wasn't in watercoloring, and I thought, thanks to you, that watercolors and painting could be a beautiful way to express emotions,
Mm.
and that's what I wanted to express with my project. I wanted to create some movement inside.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I started because of that, because I thought that my project wasn't hard and strong enough, and it was like an envelope to give him more like a package
Mm-hmm.
so I started painting just because of Montañas Vacias. I
Uh,
haven't touched a single watercolor before it, and now it's always with me when I'm
cool.
traveling. So it's like a therapy for me now after
Mm.
a long day traveling or riding. It's like now to relax, and also help me to disconnect from my previous era competing.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of energy that I had to put in other things that that riding. I didn't want to ride for 20 hours per day, so I had to put some energy in other things like photography or painting.
Mm.
So yeah, it was for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very evocative. It makes it like it almost makes the experience of riding through the route more romantic in a way,
Yeah,
you
sure.
know, as opposed to like when you see some pictures of routes and it's just, you know, guys like sweating and like, you know, but like you don't get the same sense
Yeah,
of like the
that's
space,
it. That's it.
you know?
It wasn't the image that I wanted to show. It wasn't the drama, the epic of this. I wanted to immerse people in the experience of riding in a depopulated area, not enjoying it, but living on it, and understanding it. So yeah, all of that was like to create that ambient environment to feel that. Also with sounds, I started to feel that capturing and recording sounds in the dawns and the sunset was like also a way to 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 express the emotions of the place, because we live in one of the most quiet places on the planet, and also it's like inspiration for the area to show that we have to take care of
Hmm.
quiet in this area, because uh, there are not so many places in the planet with the acoustic quality that we have here. So uh, I also try to combine photography with watercolor with sounds to
Hmm.
I still shaping something. I
Yeah.
published like a double album a couple of months ago with a lot of recordings
Oh, cool.
of this area, just to try to raise awareness, not to people in the other corner of the world, but in the people in the villages,
Yeah.
that they have to know that this route last year was awarded like the first bikepacking route in the planet that can be considered like quiet trail.
Oh, wow.
It's a For me, it's a very important certification that has the job to show to the locals
Hmm.
that they have to take care of this resource, of this value, that they have to take care of it. So yeah, it's like it can be like a product of future or an opportunity for these villages. So all of that, I think it can be, yeah, in the same line:
Hmm.
photography, text, painting, and
It's all like a multimedia experience.
yeah, it's like putting a lot of hobbies inside
Yeah,
this
yeah.
experiment.
You brought up an interesting point that we've seen in other places also, where you know, it could be a small village and that has a very popular route that goes through it, and all of a sudden the locals, you know, look at their place different. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
maybe our place is special. It's not just like a
for
random dirt
sure.
road. Have
For
you
sure.
seen that happen, Kara?
Yeah, sure. Because the first person that happened, where it happened, it was with me. Because even if I created the project, I was so surprised when I started to be to see people from Canada, from Alaska, from the other part of the world,
Hmm.
and I was like crazy, like asking all the time, "But why are you coming here if you are from Canada? What
Right.
have you moved to?" So even if I'm the creator,
Yeah.
I was the first one who had to heal that low self awareness of this area.
Yeah.
So yeah, in villages they are. I'm still. I'm also seeing this movement, especially in people who left maybe one generation ago, that they are starting to look to the area of his parents or grandparents in a different way.
Hmm.
And there are some people who rode the route without having been here before, even if this is the area of his mother, of his grandmother, or so. So I received a lot of emails with that emotion, that thank you for creating it because it helped me to come back
Oh,
to my origin.
right.
And I think that's so important because yeah, these people usually live in the city and they left this this area maybe one generation or two generations ago, and some of them are thinking or even have returned to the area, and we need this kind of people that even they have a house in the villages but it's an empty house. They are the main participants of this movement to come back to the villages. So yeah, I think it's like planting seeds
Right. Yeah.
on them, because if they have to choose one place to come back, they will come back to the origin. So yeah, let's see what happens with time. But
Yeah.
yeah, it could be great to see some movement about it.
Tourism is a big topic in Spain.
Mm.
Lots of like mass tourists protests against mass tourism in Barcelona. It's not here yet, but is that something like in the back of your mind? Like, when is enough
For
enough?
sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah. It's where I put 98% of my energy now, because I always have the same doubt of where is the red line
Yeah.
for me, because it depends of the people. It's not the same point for me. It's not the same point for you, or for the owner of a hotel, or
Right.
for the mayor of a village, or for the people who lives in the village during the whole year. So yeah, I have a lot of inner conversation about it, because I want to bring that balance between sustainability, positive effect, and growing as well. Because I need to know. I would like to know where this development start to affect
Right.
to the sustainability, or the opinion in the villages. So
Yeah.
yeah, and also some riders told me take care, because it could be the next Girona.
Right.
Girona.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I haven't been in Girona, but
Yeah.
I have met a lot of people from there, and riders from there riding here. And I'm a bit scared, because I think the origin of the route and the projects are different, because here businesses is not involved in the origin of a project. And the soul of the project is completely different.
Yeah.
But for sure, it's something that scares me,
Yeah.
and is where I try to put all my energy now. That's why also I try to put more energy in values, and instill and inspire values, for example, with sound and quality of sound,
Hmm.
and try to explain people that the important thing is not more visitors, but better visitors, to
Right.
improve the profile of the visitor. We don't need thousands of tourists. We need that these people can come during the whole year and spending in all villages, but uh, understanding and respecting what they are pedaling.
Yeah.
And that's important. So spend energy in values and not in growing is my mantra now. Yeah.
Yeah. That's hard because there's always a temptation to grow,
Yeah.
when money gets involved.
Yeah, brands or
Yeah. Have you, I assume have you been approached probably by events, that people that want to like turn the route
yeah,
to a race or
yeah,
something? Like,
yeah, but
what's been your response to
but
that?
once they talk with me or have a coffee with me or receive like a 2 hours email from me, because when I receive this kind of offers, I explain my mind and my philosophy, and I always get the same answer: the oh, sorry,
Right.
yeah, sorry, we didn't get
Yeah.
your real philosophy. Congratulations, keep on like that. You are doing a great
Because
job.
it's very rare, like your
But
philosophy.
we
Yeah,
need
for
some
sure.
rare people because the thing is getting a bit weird. So
Yeah,
we need more people like different options, and yeah, I think it's important to be different.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So what's the future look like for Montañas Vacias? What does success look like? Do you have the sense of that? Are you there already?
I could say that I don't know what's the future like, but I think I have more clear the idea of where I don't want to be in the
Okay. Yeah.
future, and I think it's more important,
Yeah.
or at least it's important,
Right.
because I don't know which way I'm sailing,
Yeah.
but I don't. I know, as I told you, that I don't want to sail to some places,
Yeah.
and to have those places clear just give me the direction. So
Right.
and that's the direction of instill values more than growing, I
Yeah.
think. But I don't know in which way.
Yeah. Well, it's good to start thinking about that now. Like a lot of times we've seen where destinations don't ever imagine being successful until it's too late, until
Yeah,
they've crossed
yeah,
that line,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
And it's easier to manage that before it happens.
Right.
Yeah, when you have done it wrong, it's much more difficult to come back. So if in every step you take, you relax and think about it, I think it's easier to to do things right from the beginning instead of repairing the bad things. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Ernesto, for this awesome conversation. Hopefully, you guys found it insightful and interesting, and hopefully, it tempts you to come out, but not too many at the same time.
No, no, no.
Do you have any last words that you want to share with folks?
Yeah, what you told that please come here. We need
Mm.
visitors in this area, but visitors with a high awareness about the reality of a place that they will ride. So yeah, visit my web, montanasvacias.com. All the information is there with a free guide in PDF and all the information, Facebook group and Instagram and everything. And if any doubt, they can write me whatever they may need.
You're you should start a YouTube channel. You're a pro at this now.
Yeah. So
Uh, all right, everybody. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. Check out the links below. As always, keep the supple side down.